Hey, okay, part two. We have all the meat in, as well as the bacon, which is cut as thinly as possible. And as you can see, it's been stewing in its own fat for quite a while. I'm mixing it constantly, trying to get that friction to break it all apart. I'm trying to create a pretty consistent texture here. That's looking pretty good. Let's see what's up with the next. Oh, right. So I added a few spices. Okay. What's not here is I added whole cumin and and allspice, which I toasted very lightly, put in a grinder, and added that. Some people don't like cumin, but honestly, cumin and allspice is a really great combination when you're dealing with rich meats. So I've got basil, oregano, granulated garlic, cayenne pepper, Hungarian paprika. I added obviously some more kosher salt, some black pepper, and next I'm going to be adding, well, the not next, but in a little bit, I'm going to be adding pinto beans and red kidney beans. These I find are the best beans you can use for a chili. There are some places where using beans as chili is heresy, and that's fine. That's fine. I'm not claiming to be authentic anything. This is my chili, and that's what it is. Oh, also, I'm going to be adding chipotle peppers with adobo sauce. Now, you can buy these at most stores, and a chipotle is basically a smoked jalapeno, and the adobo sauce. If you use it all together, basically, I'm going to be throwing it into a blender and just adding it to a sauce and the overall sauce, and it's going to give it a nice, slightly spicy, slightly smoky flavor that I find very pleasant when it comes to rich chilies. I've also got a jar of tomato sauce, which is just tomatoes and a little bit of basil, and that's just to give it a little bit of depth. And I've also got a bottle of Baco Noir. I swear I haven't been drinking this. Baco Noir is a very meaty, dark red wine and it's going to really accentuate the umami of all that meat, which is what you want. You know, a lot of people, they throw in a slightly acidic red, and they're like, oh, it's a red, that's fine, and that's great. But what I find is that if you use the right wine, that's going to accentuate all of the consistencies, all of the flavors of the chili. You're going to end up with a better overall product. I'm rambling. I think that's it. I've also got some Parmigiano rind, which I'm going to just basically put in there and leave in there. I'm going to take it out when it's all done, but basically when it's in there, it's going to be lending not a cheesy flavor, but you know that je ne sais quoi that makes Parmigiano, real Parmigiano, really different, really special, like one of those things that, oh yeah, you gotta have it, right? That's that's going to lend to the entire thing. Good idea with learning how to make your own chili. And I'm not saying do everything the same way I do, because even I don't do the same thing every time. Figure out what you want and how to get there, and experiment. It's not that hard. It's chili. It's you know, you're not making beef Wellington. You're not making escargot. It's chili, right? But having your own chili is a lot of fun to experiment with. It's a lot of fun to serve because people love chili. One of these days I'm gonna come up see if there's such thing as a vegetarian chili that I could actually enjoy, but who knows. That's it. Next phase, you'll see a much more completed product. The cook time for this thing is extensive. So, I mean, I started at noon, and I plan to be cooking until 5. Yeah. All right. See you then.